Alright, so this is again repairing an '05 Chevy Blazer. I have a service engine light come on. So I hooked up my diagnostic tool, so we're going to diagnose what it is. So we're going to scan it. So 2 codes found. So we're going to just erase the previous diagnosis. So we're going to read the code. So we have 2 codes come out. One's a cooling thermostat or cooling temperature, and then the next one is a evaporative emission system leak. So we're going to focus on this one because I also heard noises coming, like gurgling sound noises coming from a dashboard. So that led me to believe the air was coming into the cooling system. So most likely we have to replace the radiator cap or replace the replace another part that's going to be really expensive. So we're going to go and check the radiator cap. Alright, so we're back. So we're going to check the radiator cap, and you can see there's a couple of cracked spots on the seal right here. So we're going to go ahead and replace this cap because it was letting air in, and the gurgling sound was coming from the heater core. Air was getting into the heater core, causing that rumbling sound. So hopefully we can replace it with the $8 part and fix that sound and get rid of that error code. So new cap in. So what we're actually going to do is turn on the car, heat it up, turn on the AC to full blast on hot, and I'm going to take the cap off just to try to get the air out of the system, and then we'll go from there. I'll come back and see if we could get that code to disappear with what we did. Alright, so we're back. So last time we had those 2 error codes, and I replaced the cap, as you've seen, and the code came, the service engine light came back on. So we're gonna check it out again. So this time we've got 1 code found. So I'm gonna erase the data from that has been saving. So we're gonna read the code. So right here, so we got one of the original codes that came back. So it was the thermostat was reading below thermostat regulating temperature. I didn't think it was a thermostat because I had replaced the thermostat like about 6 months ago, and I replaced the water pump like about 8 months ago. But it could have just been a bad thermostat. So I bought another one. I'm gonna replace it, and then so let's go and check that out. Be right back. Alright, so we're back under the hood. So here's your thermostat right here. This guy right here, and it's on with 2 bolts, one under right there and this one right here. So what you do is pick up the hose, move it to the side, and this little clip, you can just get it twisted forward and just pull it straight up, giving you access to the second bolt. Undo those 2 bolts using a 1/2 inch deep socket. I'm going to take those 2 bolts off. This metal hose is where the thermostat is under. Pull that straight up, and it's going to give me the thermostat. So I'm going to take that out, put the new thermostat in as I took the old one out. The same way you take it out, you put it back in, and then bolt it down and top off your fluids. So once I get this taken apart, I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so once you undo these bolts, there you can take them off with your fingers. Make sure you have a catch basin under your truck because the antifreeze is going to come out. Keep it away from your pets because it does taste sweet. Your pets will drink it, get sick, and die. So, take off the 2 bolts. This comes up. Move it over. Here's your old thermostat. Here's a new one. So just pop that one off, put this one back in. Alright, so there it is. So you just pull it out. the same way you take it out, you put it back in. So like I said, I replaced this one. I replaced it a while back, like 5-6 months ago. Make sure the new gasket's in well. Make sure you got no debris on the outside. And that's all you do. Put it back in. Make sure it's snugged in there. Put your cover back on. Put your bolts back in. Tighten her down, and then top off your fluids. And I'm gonna reset the check engine light, remove the codes, and then drive it around for a couple of 100 miles. See if the check engine service engine light comes back on, and then we'll come back again. So on a recap, we're getting gurgling sounds coming from the dashboard every time we accelerate it from a red light or a stop sign, or even when you rev the engine. So we replaced the thermostat and the radiator cap, which took care of the problem. If it wasn't that, it was going to need a heater core exchange replacement, which would have been expensive. But that took care of the problem. So if you have any questions, leave a comment, like, and subscribe. Thanks.